So we're trying to figure out some meals that you guys can get at IGA or like a local grocer. What I tend to look for is meals that are really high in protein. So like your My Muscle Chef is usually pretty good. 42 grams of protein, lower in carbs. But what they do with these sort of meals is they bump them up in fats. So that's something you've really got to be sure of when you're buying these, because typically fats are a lot more calorie dense. So that'll kind of not keep you as full for as long. So my sort of recommendation, stay away from like the Bosciola ones, and you want to go for more of the, probably going to want to go for is this 48 grams of protein, 14 grams of carbs, 14 grams of fat. It's probably going to be your best choice, because you're going to get a lot of high fiber, but you're not going to get a whole lot of fat and like a little bit of carb. But that's going to be a really solid meal that you can go with if you want to go with like My Muscle Chef. U-Foods, decent in terms of like quality, but like you get sick of them really quick. You don't want to go particularly for like your beef lasagnas. They're good for a treat, like 500 calories, but you probably want to go with, see, this one's like super high in carbs, so you got like 80 grams of carbs, which is just huge, and 25 grams of protein, so you won't want to pick that. You probably want to stay away from something like this. 110 grams of carbs, 800 calories, not the go. If you're bulking, sure, but like I probably wouldn't do that. So some really good substitutes you guys can get if you're looking to increase like fiber and veg intake, but without the calories. You're probably going to look at either the deli roast veggies. Probably these guys are going to be my favorite. Just want to have a look at the back. Just make sure like per serve you're looking at about 135 cal. That's about 100 grams per serve. So you're getting 100 grams of chips versus if you went to Macca's, 200 grams of chips, they're large, I think would be like 600 calories, versus this, it's like 200. So it's much better. If you've got an air fryer, pop them in, takes like 10 minutes and it tastes just as good as regular fries. And you don't have to get, if these are sweet potato, if you don't like sweet potato, don't get it, doesn't make a difference. Just get your straight fries. If you have a look at the back, calories are the same, like 160 for 100 grams. That's something I recommend you probably should get. If you guys are looking for some treats, I think like air fryers are the best thing you could ever get if you're looking to lose weight and have some treats. So something that I got last week was like the salt and pepper calamari. It's about 300 calories a serve, 3 serves, so like maybe like 800-900 calories for the whole box. But if you're looking for a treat and you don't want to go to the pub, or you want some nice variety, I'd probably recommend grabbing something like this. I think that'd be a good go for sure. If you're looking for like some frozen options, frozen meals, Lean Cuisine and all those guys, they're actually pretty good, but they're pretty expensive. Like they're $7 a meal. So for me, I'd rather get like a full chef meal for $3 more. But if you're on like a budget, have a look at these guys. They're like 365 calories. So like in terms of if you're sticking to a diet or you're a lady for the most part, it's usually a pretty good calories, like size meal to have for your calories. It's got 16 grams of protein, 5 grams of fat, which is good, 60 grams of carbs though. So that'd be the only sort of trade-off, is you're getting like low protein, high carb. You grab one of these, maybe get like something like the 200 calorie meal and chuck some extra stuff in there. That would be my recommendation. Looking for a really low calorie option, what you want to do is really save on the waistline. This is a go, okay? Favorite low calorie snack. So Zupa Dupas, if you're playing in Australia. If you want something that's like a sweet little treat, that's pretty low calorie, one of these is 60 calories, 50, 60 calories. 2 or 3 of those, I'd say, would hit the spot if you're looking for something like refreshing and won't blow out the bank as well. If you're looking for really budget friendly, I suppose, with 24 in a pack, refreshing little treat. In summertime, those are probably a go as well. So we're trying to find some soft drinks. There's a massive misconception about aspartame and all your artificial sweeteners being really bad for you. There's no real research other than like rodent trials, which don't really convert to human health, show like it's not that good for you. But you've got to drink like 100 cans a day for it to be like, to notice any negative effects. And I'm not doing that, and I doubt you guys are doing that as well. You want to look for sugar-free variations if you want something sweet. Now, some people out there think that you should just have water or like water and veg. I'm not one of those people, but if you like water, like cool too. If you feel like that's something you need to do for your health, fair enough. But I personally love all these. Some personal favorites I'm gonna say is Polo. Zero sugar is gonna be a one for me, big time. Coke no sugar obviously is like a no-brainer. If you like Mountain Dew, they do Mountain Dew Zero with caffeine. Get the out. Now, if you like full sugar, go for it. But what I recommend is like just like getting a single serve or something like that instead of anything else. Because if you've got a single serve, that way you're just not gonna slam a bottle of sugar. I just don't really see the point in doing that sort of stuff. So we've got the energy drinks. If you have caffeine still, you don't want the calories of like coffee, because there's one of the times that I'll do things where, like, if I'm looking to cut out all my calories, I'll cut out liquid calories, but I still want caffeine. So I'll have some sort of sugar-free energy drink in the morning. Now, obviously you got your Red Bulls, whatever. A lot of people say they don't taste the same. Just try it for a little bit and you won't even notice the difference after a couple of weeks. If you transition from full sugar to no sugar, I've helped people lose like 4 or 5 kilos and more just by making that switch that they didn't even know was a thing. So sometimes we can be pretty like clueless about what's actually going to be effective for our fat loss goals. Switching to these is just a no-brainer if you want to tidy it up. So these guys here are also like a really, really friendly, low calorie switch that if you're kind of like anti-sweetener, these will tick the box. If you feel like fit and healthy from doing that, all the power to you, but it doesn't really make much of a difference. So team, I want to show you guys a little bit about yogurts and the dairy styles. So you've got Chobani's or like Fit Pro or like your Fit yogurts, whatever. In one of these, we have 15 grams of protein, no fat, 8 grams of carbs, which is like totally sweet. But if we move over and you want to go for something different, if you like a Adriano or something like that, then you can get that variation if you want. If you want the high protein one, you can go with that. Or you can go with like something like, if you go with your Yoplait, the only difference is you're gonna have a lot more calories in it. That's pretty much it per serve. So you're looking at 140 and 7 grams of protein versus your Chobani's like 125, 160 and 15 grams of protein. So you're getting double the calories, double the protein in that one, and then pretty much the same calories, maybe even more sugar in this one. So I just think that's a better switch if you're looking to make simple switches that are going to make a big impact to your physique. Those are probably going to be the ones I'd pick. Chobani Flip, if you're looking for a bit of a treat but a bit higher protein. Now these come in a bit higher calories. It's at 170 odd, but you get 10 grams of protein. So if you want a middle ground between your Yoplait and your Chobani, I'd say that that's going to be like a really reasonable switch to make. But with your dairy-free options, for 100 grams or per serve, it's 200 plus calories. So just be sure, like, and then if I look at the protein, it's got like 1 gram of protein. So if you're looking for a dairy-free option as like a health thing for yourself, other than like you being lactose intolerant, I probably wouldn't recommend. I'd probably say stay away from it for sure. It might be really yummy, but there's definitely better switches that you can make that are going to be higher in protein and like better for your diet and that sort of stuff. Advice when it comes to navigating the fun food aisle. Okay, now this section, you don't belong here. This is not a section that we belong in as health and fitness professionals. Now, you might accidentally slip and fall on one of these, okay? And it might accidentally unwrap itself and then put itself in your mouth. That's an accident, though, okay? So if it's an accident, that's fine. However, what we want to do, even if you want to grab a couple of these bad boys, I'd recommend doing that. I do that on a regular basis. I probably have like one of these every 2 days. And it keeps all the hunger pangs, all the sweet tooth stuff at bay. And you're looking at 250 calories versus a whole block, which would be about 1,000. So if I'm talking about like risk mitigation, it's something that's going to be a lot less damaging to my calorie intake for the day, I'm going to pick these bad boys as opposed to a big old block, which is just going to be, a big blowout. It's going to, no matter what you do pretty much in that day, tracking your calories is going to be kind of pointless. 1,000 calorie bomb is not what you want to do. I don't need to explain this. Don't go with the party size. Definitely go with something that's smaller. So what I recommend then, if you really want something like this, just get the kids packets. There's 6 packs. Mate, even if you smash, well, it's 114 for the whole thing. Even if you have 6 in one night, let's say you're feeling yourself, it's been a lonely night, the dating apps aren't successful, nothing's going your way, okay? Your missus is fighting with you, your husband's been to see you next Tuesday, and you have 6, it's still half the calories of that one over there if you have a full packet. So I just think that's a great way of inbuilding a system where it's kind of hard to up. And if you do, it's not as bad. Calories in these, your Doritos, all that sort of versus your tortilla strips, okay? Exactly the same. 0 difference. We're gonna have a look. Per 100 grams is what you want to look at if you want like the exact. So you go per 100 grams, it's 511 calories versus Doritos, the same, literally the same. They have it in kilojoules. So kilojoules is calories times 4. Yeah. So it's 2150 kilojoules per 100 grams. And just to be sure, like here again. Yeah, 2140. So you save 10 kilojoules getting these. So dude, go with something that's full flavor and enjoy it. There's no point in trying to scrimp on things that do not matter. Like everything in this, pretty much absolutely everything in this section is going to be the same calories per 100 grams. Sea salt and vinegar, a fave, per 100 grams, you're looking at 1960. So like an extra 100 kilojoules or something like that. For something like this, I just think that's a silly switch. I think just going for something that's going to be a bit healthier is the way to go. If we're looking at these things, it's literally going to be the exact same. If you're going for like gluten-free, it's not going to be the healthy. Like it's not going to make any difference whatsoever. So let's have a try and find something that's gluten-free. I can't find anything here. They've literally got a really good selection here though. I'm kind of hungry now. Yeah, they've really got no gluten-free stuff here. So even if you are looking for like sugar-free snacks or whatever, just go with the full sugar ones and actually enjoy it, versus trying to find something that's like healthy and then not feeling satisfied from it or not enjoying it whatsoever. Okay, so just go with something that you enjoy, but again, go with the single serve variations. Try not to get a whole bag because that'll just throw you off. So team, if you're looking for something that's quick and easy to prep, I'm obviously going to be really biased to tuna and rice. It just seems like a no-brainer. They've even got these little Serena ready to go pasta and tuna things. I probably wouldn't advise this. It's 10 grams of protein and like 15 grams of fat. It's about 300 calories and it's 170 grams. Yeah, I'd probably go with like even a couple Chobanis. You'd probably get 30 grams of protein in a Chobani. Actually, you get 45 grams of protein in 3 tubs of yogurt and the same calories as that. I'd probably recommend that, even though, look, it's a bit of pasta, but you're not even getting any fiber or anything in there. So I'd probably go with like a Chobani yogurt if I'm thinking like quick and easy way to get in protein. If you do like your tuna, I'd recommend grabbing like a tin of this, probably 2. It's 15 grams for 1. So grab 2, that'd be 30 grams. And it's about 110 calories. Perfect. So I'd probably grab a tin of tuna and then something like this. Uncle Ben's original, but it's a bit big. So you can split that up into 2 sizes if you really want in terms of portion control. But probably what I recommend is grabbing these little jasmine rice cuppy things. That's going to be a really good alternative if you're looking to portion control your food and then have it like be quick and easy. Something you can smash if you're in like sort of not an emergency, but you've not really meal prepped or something like that. Tin of tuna, and that is going to be a really good idea. Or you can go down like the deli and they'll probably have like some cooked or shredded meat or something. Grab that and some rice and like a sauce that you like. Personally, would probably come down here and I'd always have something like this on hand. I'd probably have some sriracha, which is like 0 calorie pretty much. 17 kilojoules is like 2 calories per serve. So I'm going to be smashing something like this. What I would stay away from is something like your sweet chili sauces. And it's not going to even be that bad, negligible. Yeah, about 70 calories per tablespoon. So like in terms of like a better switch, steer clear of the sweet chili and go like a hot sauce, because pretty much most hot sauces are like calorie free. If we have a look at the coconut sriracha even, yeah, same thing. Coconut sriracha, it's like 10 calories per serve. So I'd recommend grabbing something like that. If you're looking for treats, low fat, no sugar shit, there's always going to be a bunch in like these health food aisles, or like not health food aisles, but like alternative aisles or whatever we got down here. So what I recommend is just getting the stuff that you like. Don't opt for the fat-free, sugar-free, because literally they'll pretty much make up for the calories with sugar. If it's low fat, they'll make up for it in sugar, and if it's low sugar, they'll make up for it in fat. That's literally how they do things. You'll see it if you have a look at the back of the packaging. You'll be able to see that from a mile away. Probably what I recommend, if we're going down here, steering clear of oat milk would be a really good idea, just because oat milk's typically a lot more in calories. Yeah, 150 calories per serve, which look, it isn't too bad, but versus almond breeze, I know almond milk tastes a bit like butthole sometimes, but if you can find one that you like that's really low calorie, like 40 calories a serve, 60 calories a serve, I think just if you have that as a habit, let's say you have oat milk every day, 7 days a week, and you switch to almond breeze, that's 700 calories in a week that you're saving without even thinking about it, right? There's a 100 calorie difference per serve. And I think having half a day's worth of eating for just making a simple switch will add up over time. If you do that over 10 weeks, that's 7,000 calories, which is pretty much like a kilo of weight lost in 10 weeks just by doing that simple switch there. And I think that's just like a really smart idea. It doesn't take away much from your joy in life, unless, of course, it does, then weigh it up. As if you're thinking of things to put in your chocolates, milks, hot chocolates, milks, whatever, coffees in the morning, teas in the morning, all that sort of stuff. If you want sweeteners in there, don't be afraid to add it in. Chuck in an equal if you like. Something like that would be really beneficial if you're looking at cutting down calories, because like you don't need that much sugar in all your milks and stuff or coffees that you have every day. You just don't need it. Just get used to the flavor without it, okay? Anything like this, if you're looking for like a nice little switch, something like this would be a really good idea. If you're a coffee drinker and you really love coffee, that's fine. I'm not going to tell you to not have that. But there's like an awesome range of teas to get involved in that don't require any sugar. But if you're on a diet or something like that and you don't want the sweeteners or anything like that, a tea is a really, really good switch to make. Okay, so if you want to stay away from sweeteners, aspartame, all those little additives that you feel like might make a difference, then grab a tea and just make a nice tea or something like that. Prep it the night before so you have heaps of time to let it cool down and all the rest. Let's talk about Jats, cracks. So what we want to steer clear of is pretty much your Jats that are 200 grams, simply because you're going to just smash the whole thing anyway. Steer away from big family size things like that are just kind of endless. Portion control them into 6 little containers if that's what you're doing. Steer clear of this. Maybe Vita-Weats are a good idea. Crustkits are like amazing. I definitely recommend grabbing some Crustkits. My personal favorite are going to be the peckish. If I do have crackers, let's say I want to smash some Jats, whole row of crackers, it's like I think 100 calories. So there's 400 calories in a whole packet versus 1,000, close to 1,000 calories in that. On thins, I always recommend getting the really thin ones. Don't get the rice crackers that are thick, because you'll just smash them. Whatever you put in front of you, you'll eat. So if you just get used to eating the Zimmer ones, you'll be really, really good, okay? Have some flavored ones if you're feeling it. My favorite are gonna be the sun-dried tomato and basil, or the sour cream and chives. That's gonna be my favorite by a long stretch. You can do the salt and balsamic vinegar, but all these are gonna be really, really solid options. A little peckish, air baked, really light, or corn thins, that sort of stuff, or your in rice cakes with flavor. Just so you don't get bored, you can switch that up every single week. That's all. Okay. We're being called on out here. Team, if you like that video, be sure to click here for your next video, or here for something that you may like, all that sort of stuff, and make sure you subscribe and click the notification bell to make sure you get all our videos. We make at least one video daily on a different topic. See you on the next one.